Business Communication Skills for Managers, Module 2, Methods of Communication is our topic. Methods of communication are various and they vary from organization to organization and from one sector to another sector, but there are few basics which apply to all organizations across. So the learning outcomes of methods of communication is that we are going to discuss the importance of listening. We are going to talk about verbal communication and its role in business. And then towards the end, we are going to talk about the non-verbal communication and its roles and how it impacts a business. There are 5 key skills for active listening. One has to pay close attention to whatever someone is saying when they are discussing any topic while it is a meeting or day-to-day training, day-to-day catch-ons, day-to-day follow-ups. Minimize distractions. Whatever is there in the surroundings, one has to minimize those distractions to formalize a proper communication among people. Give good body cues. It is also very important that while we are communicating, to ensure active listening, we have to nod our head to accept something or shows a thumbs up while we are listening to someone, whether this is one-on-one face-to-face communication or we are talking about virtual communication through different mediums. Paraphrasing is again very important. You need to align that what we are talking and what when somebody is saying something to us, we need to align those points which are being discussed, acknowledge them, and then respond to them. Keep yourself out of the conversation. For active listening, if there is some communication going on in our surroundings, so we have to ensure that whatever the speaker is talking about or whatever the meeting head is speaking, we should be connecting very actively with the person. Practice question 1. An associate is sharing a story of how the CEO has pushed back for additional information before a decision can be made on a capital purchase. What is the most appropriate response if you are practicing being an active listener? How will you answer this question? This is an activity for you, which you can send a reply in responding to this communication answer question so that the answer can be evaluated and we will be reverting to you on it. That how a person is going to answer this query when the CEO has pushed back for additional information before a decision can be made on a capital purchase. Verbal and non-verbal communication. Spoken communication includes less formal, synchronous, build a sense of trust, and written communication is more formal, it's asynchronous and more impersonal. So this is a clear difference between both categories of training, which is verbal and non-verbal communication. Verbal communication, let's speak about it, that what are the basic points which are covered in verbal communication. The benefits of spoken communication are very simple and to the point. It is easier to understand, it creates relationship and bonds to the listeners. It allows input, it allows chances for feedback, easier to understand and creates relationships and bonding. Likewise, it also creates a higher degree of certainty. Nonverbal communication is the type of communication that can affect on success of your communication. So sometimes facial expressions through giving cues to someone, gestures like raising your eyebrows, a nice smile, proximity, touch means that you are time and again holding the desk, pointing out something, making a very respectful eye contact, and your appearance is also relevant to